ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇನ್ನ.
The host is not allowing participants.
ಓಕೆ. ಹಾ, ಈಗ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರೇ.
ಆಯ್ತು. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಇಂದಿರಾವದನಾಂಭೋಜ ರಾಜಹಂಸಾಯ ವಿಷ್ಣವೇ ಅಮಂದಾನಂದ ಸಂದೋಹ ಸುಂದರಾಕೃತಯೇ ನಮಃ. ಧರ್ಮ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಪರಮೈಶ್ವರ್ಯ ಶಾಲಿನಃ ಆನಂದತೀರ್ಥ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದಾನ್ ವಂದೇ ನಿರಂತರಂ. ಸಪದ್ಮನಾಭತೀರ್ಥಾರ್ಕ ಗೋಗಣೋಸ್ತು ದೃಶೇ ಮಮ ನ ತತ್ವಮಾರ್ಗೇ ಗಮನಂ ವಿನಾ ಯದುಪಜೀವನಂ. ಪ್ರಣಮ್ಯ ಚರಣದ್ವಂದ್ವಂ ಗುರುಣಾಂ ತತ್ಕೃಪಾಬಲಾತ್ ವ್ಯಾಕರಿಷ್ಯೇ ಯಥಾಬೋಧಂ ಗೀತಾ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ನಿರ್ಣಯಂ. ಸಮಸ್ತ ಗುಣ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣಂ ಸರ್ವದೋಷ ವಿವರ್ಜಿತಂ ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ಗೀತಾ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ಮುಚ್ಯತೆ. ದೇವಂ ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನತ್ವಾ ಸರ್ವದೋಷ ವಿವರ್ಜಿತಂ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣಂ ಗುರುಶ್ಚಾಂಗೀತಾರ್ಥಂ ವಕ್ಷ್ಯಾಮಿ ಲೇಶತಃ. ಯಸ್ಯ ವಾಕ್ ಕಾಮಧೇನುರ್ನಃ ಕಾಮಿತಾರ್ಥಾನ್ ಪ್ರಯಚ್ಛತಿ ಸೇವೇತಂ ಜಯಯೋಗೀಂದ್ರಂ ಕಾಮಬಾಣಚ್ಛಿದಂ ಸದಾ. ಆನಂದತೀರ್ಥೋಪದಿಷ್ಟೋ ನಿಧಿರ್ನಾರಾಯಣಃ ಹ್ವಯಃ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶಿತೋ ಯೇನ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜಯತೀರ್ಥಂ ತಮಾಶ್ರಯೇ. ನೌಮಿನ್ಯಾಯ ಸುಧಾದಿಕೃಜ್ಜಯಮುನೀನ್ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದರಾಟ್ ಸನ್ಮಣೀನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸಾರ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿವಿಧಾಗಮಾಬ್ಧಿವಿಹರಾನ್ ಶ್ರೀವಾದಿರಾಜಾನಪಿ ವಂದೇ ಹಂಸವರಾನ್ ರಘುತ್ತಮ ಗುರುನ್ ವೈದಗ್ಧ್ಯವಾರಾಂ ನಿಧೀನ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯವ್ರತ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಮುನಿಪಾನ್ ಸದ್ಬೋಧ ಸಧ್ಯಾನಪಾನ್. ವಿದ್ಯಾಯಾಂ ವಿಬುಧಾಚಾರ್ಯಂ ವೇದಜ್ಞಾನಾಬ್ಧಿಚಂದಿರಂ ದುರ್ಮತಧ್ವಾಂತ ಮಾರ್ತಂಡಂ ಸತ್ಯಧ್ಯಾನಂ ಭಜೆ. ಸತ್ಯಾಭಿಜ್ಞಕರಾಬ್ಜೋತ್ಥಾನ್ ಪಂಚಾಶದ್ವರ್ಷ ಪೂಜಕಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಪ್ರಮೋದ ತೀರ್ಥಾರ್ಯಾನ್ ನೌಮಿನ್ಯಾಯ ಸುಧಾರತಾನ್. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೇಷು ಪಾರದೃಶ್ಮಾನಂ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಜ್ಞೇಷು ಚ ವತ್ಸಲಂ ದೀನಭಕ್ತೋದ್ಧಾರಕರಂ ಸತ್ಯಾತ್ಮಾನಂ ಗುರುಂ ಭಜೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾಪೀಠ ವಿಧಾತಾರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾರಿಧಿ ಚಂದಿರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ವತ್ಸಲಂ ವಂದೇ ಮಹಾಮಹಿಮ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ. ವಿದ್ಯಾಪೀಠ ವಿಧಾತಾರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾರಿಧಿ ಚಂದಿರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ವತ್ಸಲಂ ವಂದೇ ಮಹಾಮಹಿಮ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ ಅನಂತ ಗುಣಪೂರ್ಣ ದೋಷದೂರ ಸರ್ವ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಸರ್ವಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟ್ಯಾದಿ ಅಷ್ಟಕರ್ತೃ ಕರುಣಾಮಯ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ has explained one more yoga. Next to karma yoga there is dhyana yoga, samadhi yoga. It is very popular. Many people know what this dhyana yoga or samadhi yoga means. It is all described in detail in Upanishads, in Mahabharata, in Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavata and many other granthas, even Pancharatra. Madhvacharya deals with Dhyana Yoga in many of his granthas. Different aspects are treated in detail. Some in Upanishads, Upanishad Bhashyas. Some aspects are dealt with in Geeta Bhashya and so on, Tantrasaga. What is Dhyana Yoga? Karma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga are prerequisite for the Aparoksha Dhyana. Without Karma Yoga, you cannot have Punya. If you do not have Punya, you will not be able to do any sadhana. If you have to do sadhana, we must have Punya, ample Punya, abundant Punya. Rather heap of Punya or mountain of Punya. Then the sadhana would be seamless. If we have to do the seamless sadhana, then we must have Punya as we need. See, if we go to the mall, if we go to market, and if you want to do business or purchase, you must have pocket full. If money is there, you can spend. You need not think again and again about the thing which you have to purchase. So the money is there available, you spend it. When you spend money, money is lost. Here, if you spend punya, punya is not lost. Punya will grow if it is nishkama. Therefore, the punya is necessary, for which karmas are necessary. You have to do karma. Manasika, vachika, indriyaka, or bodily, physical. All these karmas are necessary. Therefore, the karma yoga is one which is essentially you have to do prior to the aparoksha dhyana. And second is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Since Nididhyasana is the immediate cause of Aparoksha Dhyana, it is mentioned in 6th chapter. 6th chapter is dedicated to Dhyana Yoga, Samadhi Yoga. Dhyana is, what is the difference between Dhyana and Samadhi? Or rather, what is Dhyana? Dhyana is, according to Shastra, Vijatiya Pratyaya Anantarita Sajatiya Pratyaya Pravaha Dhyana. You have one thought process. You have an image of God in your mind. And you are thinking and thinking of the same thing continuously for a longer time. Then it is called as dhyana. And there is no disturbance at all. When you think of Deyas Sada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasajasana Sannivishtaha Keyoravan Makarakundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranyamaya Bapu Dhritashanka Chakraha and so on. All these explanations are given. When you decide to meditate on something, the thought process should be wedded to one thing. There cannot be any other thought process interrupting the thought process of God. Sajatiya pratyaya, vijatiya pratyaya anantarita sajatiya pratyaya pravaha. It is continuity of a thought process, not disturbed by any other thought. So this is called as dhyana. And this dhyana is possible with great effort. Therefore, it is called as dhyana. If it is effortless, when it becomes effortless, it is just, it can be called as samadhi. Aprayatnat samadhischa. Now, first of all, we will understand what is dhyana. Dhyana is continuity of a thought process, and that thought process will continue for a long half an hour, 1 hour, and so on. You need to put efforts. The mind is so wavering, mind is so chanchala, man chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Therefore, to control the mind, you have to attempt and again attempt. You have to try and try. Long period of a practice is necessary to control your mind. Mind thinks when it is not engaged through senses in the outside world. Naturally, it thinks of so many things inside, hundreds of things. So it is very much disturbed, or it is wavering. Sometimes it becomes sad, sometimes it becomes angry, sometimes it is become covetous, desireful, sometimes it becomes jealous, and so on. So you cannot concentrate your mind on one thought, that is God. To remove all these hindrances, to wave out all these hurdles, the efforts are necessary on the part of sadhaka. Ultimately, God has to bless. Ultimately, Guru have to bless. But efforts are necessary. And those efforts are in such a fashion, they can be removed. For example, a thought comes up, thought crops up in my mind. Today I have to go to bank. Today I have to meet this person. Today I have to reply to this email, and so on. Tomorrow I have to take an appointment with the doctor, so I should talk to him today. And so many things, so many things. When these thoughts occur to your mind, you just avoid them, saying that, yes, after the meditation, I would do. After the meditation is over, I would do this. If you keep it aside, then you can continue. Of course, that much disturbance would be there, but it will not be there for a longer time. If you go on thinking of bank, if you go on thinking of doctor, if you go on thinking of replying an email, it will take longer time and no dhyana is possible, no meditation is possible. Therefore, it is a practical tip, I would say. These are the things how you can avoid bad thoughts or unnecessary thoughts creeping in and disturbing our meditation or concentration. Think of God. Many people try to, as according to Shastra, the picture of God. Good, great thing. Deya sada savitra mandala madhyavarti, Narayana sarasijasana sannavishtaha, Keyuravan makarkundalavan kiriti. This picture is always great. It is aprakrita. I need not say anything about it. But people who are unable to concentrate on these things, this picture, this image, let them concentrate on the guna, the qualities. great attributes of Lord Narayana. For example, his Karuna or his Tejas or his Sarvakartritva, his capacity, boundless capacity to create the universe, Ananta Shakti or Achintya Shakti, which we have studied in Shastra, we can concentrate on those qualities or those great attributes. The glories of Lord Narayana, Krishna, Rama, Narasimha, Vedavyasa. All these things can be the object of our meditation. You can think of it many times. Shastra says, of course, Sat Chit Ananda Atma. Atma is a Swamitva. Sata is Nirdushtatva. God is flawless. God doesn't have any shortcoming, any defect. No dosha is there. And he is Chit and Ananda, full of knowledge, full of bliss. These are the qualities are given to us to meditate upon. Manushaistu Sureshwarahi. Manushas should do dhyana of these four qualities: Sattva, Chittva, Anandatva, and Atmatva. When we study Gita, when we study Bhagavata, when we understand Upanishad, we come across many attributes or glories of God, many mahimas. Some mahimas are very catchy. We become fond of those qualities. We become, in fact, we love them, those qualities. If such qualities are there, we should make a list of those qualities. Sarvadhyatva, Sarvakartritva, Anoraniyastva, Mahatomahiyastva, Satya Sankalpatva, Satya Kama, Swatantra, Sarvaswami, Srishthyadikarta, Karunamaya, Kshama Sagara, Achintya, and so on. Pita, Mata, Suhrit, Bandhu, Guru, bestower of knowledge, and so on. All these qualities, all these attributes, these great glories should be written on a paper. Repeat them again and again. You repeat them. They should be there in your mind. At the beginning, commencement of this concentration or meditation, or whatever you call, before that you should read once again and keep in your mind and think of these qualities in God. Descriptions of these qualities, explanations of these qualities are found in Puranas and lectures. Sometimes in Devara Padagalu, Dasara Padagalu. When you listen to the songs are so great, sometimes they influence you and you cannot come out of that influence. Great qualities are enumerated in those songs which influence you like anything. And you fall in love with those qualities. Always you remember those qualities. It all needs continuous process of Shravana. bhaktya shruti grihitaya. Two things are very necessary. Rather, three things. Basically, two things are necessary. One is shravana, constant shravana. Daily you must have, for an hour you should spend time in shravana of God's glories. Then your mind is filled with glory of God. No other bad thought enters and dominates your mind. Your all feelings are ruled by God's glories. It may be kama, it may be krodha, but every time your mind is controlled by those great attributes is mahima. So God's mahima, Devara mahima would control your mind, and therefore you again and again and again, because you are in constant touch with the God's glories or mahima, lila, while you are having shravana, daily shravana. So daily shravana is a must. Secondly, as I used to say that punya is also necessary, and that effort to do that concentration by avoiding all other thoughts except God's, you will be successful in doing dhyana for a little while. This is how God Krishna says in his sixth chapter, he says, Yato yato nischarati manaschanchala masthiram tatastato niyamyetata atmanneva vasham mayet. Beautiful. Whenever your mind wanders, you just control mind, say, don't go there, don't think of anything else other than the God or God's attributes. You do just think of God and be with me, do help me in meditating. If you instruct, mind will definitely, if you strongly instruct, the mind will definitely can be controlled and you can meditate on. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchala masthiram. The asthira mind, wavering mind, oscillating mind, never follows one thought process continuously without the help of sense organs. Now all sense organs are closed. Now they are not used at all. It is only in the mind you are thinking of God. Therefore, it is all disturbed. Continuously do this process. These efforts are to be there relentlessly. The constant efforts, such efforts, if they are there, dhyana is possible. Pita. God is Pita. God is Mata. God is my brother. He is my caretaker. He is Purohita. That is, Purohita means who is Hita to me, who is well-wisher to me from Anadikala. Anadito Hita. So all these qualities which are there, if you think and listen to Puranas, definitely your dhyana will continue for a long. It should be done every time whenever you do japa of Gayatri, Narayana or Krishna mantra or Narasimha mantra or for that matter, anything. Just one tip which my father, revered father, Acharya, Mauli Acharya, Surupodharaka Gurugadu, would tell all the audience in his days, just shut your eyes, close your eyes, listen to the songs, listen to the bhajana, and concentrate on the theme of those songs. There, Lord Narayana, Rama, Krishna, they are glorified. They are eulogized, they are praised, they are prayed. And those things should be kept in your mind and repeat those things even when you go home, even when you do dinner or going to sleep or do japa or do puja. These are the things how you can help yourself, you can enable yourself to do the dhyana or meditation. Such efforts are necessary. Krishna says beautifully in 6th chapter, if mind is engaged in kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsara, this is not possible. Dhyana is not possible. It can be engaged, but it should not, at least you should see that it is not over engaged in kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsara. If it is addicted of all these kamadi, then it is impossible to have meditation in your mind. Sparashan kritva bahirbahyaan chakshuschaivantare bhruvoh. Sparashan kritva bahirbahyaan chakshuschaivantare bhruvoh. Beautiful message. Many things what you see, many things what you hear. Beautiful song, cinema song. You heard it. A music which captures your mind. You are absorbed in it. Practically, it is external. It is not an internal thing. Since I am very much absorbed in it, it becomes my internal factor, internal entity. That song becomes internal, not external, as far as my mind is concerned, because I always, it is all ringing in my mind. Therefore, it has become internal. Sparashan, that is why Krishna says, Sparashan Krutva Bahirbahyan. Bahyan Sparashan, all these entities, all these things, they are external, and keep them external. Don't make them internal. Don't make them part of your mind. That is, you don't think again and again, again and again. Those scenes, those faces, those songs, those things which have attracted, which have tempted you in your past. So mind is cleansed, mind is pure. There is no filth in my mind. I am pure mind. I have pure mind. In Dwadasha Stotra, Madhvacharya says, Malinani manausi kotah karanam. Malinani manausi kotah karanam. If mind is full of, filled with kama, krodha, then it cannot play an instrumental role in doing dhyana or concentration or meditation, leave alone the samadhi. Malinani manausi kotah karanam. Therefore, one must cleanse, one must make pure our mind. That is why manashuddhi, sattva shuddhi. The sattva shuddhi is prescribed by Madhvacharya, prescribed by Bhagavata, Mahabharata, and even Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya. They say sattva shuddhi is necessary for doing the sadhana. Sattva is mind, sattva is antakarana. That should be cleansed. Therefore, sparshan kritva bahirbahya. You see a movie, some scenes are very attractive, and your mind is filled with that. Don't allow your mind to be filled with those scenes, those dialogues, those songs, those things external. Keep them external. Let them not enter our mind. If they never become internal and they remain external, then it is very easy to concentrate your mind on God. Sparashan kritva bahirbahyan chakshushaivantare prabhoho pranapano samo kritva nasabhyantara charino. It is a long process of sadhana to have dhyana vidyana triptatma kutastho vijitendriyaha yukta ityuchyate yogi samaloštashma kanchana. A long process, lengthy process. Dhyana Vijnana Triptatma. If you are having a sort of pleasure, enjoyment, ecstasy, or bliss in Dhyana, you will be definitely able to do sadhana or dhyana very easily because you are engrossed in dhyana. Since you love dhyana, you love knowledge, and therefore you always want to think of God and do Shravana of Purana or Shastra or Sarvamula. Therefore, you are always and always engaged in dhyana. Your focus is on just on dhyana. Dhyana Vijnana Triptatma. If one is satisfied with the dhyana, he would not go outside his sense organs. He would go only for just making him alive, keep him alive. He will eat something, not for the sake of gratification of his palate. He is not interested in it. He has to eat something, so he will eat it. He is not very particular of delicious menu or the objects. Dhyana Vijnana Triptatma. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha. Some quarrel, some sort of difficulties, some challenges, he would not react. He would say it is okay. A yogi or would be yogi or a sadhaka like all of us, we are all sadhakas in a way, he would not react. He takes it, he accepts it. Smaller things, he would not bother his mind at all. He keeps his mind calm. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi Samaloštashma Kanchana. Again he says, Yuktahara Viharasya Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu Yukta Swapnama Bodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkhaha. Meditation or dhyana is possible when you have a limited intake. Intake should be very, very limited. You must survive, you must live, therefore you must eat. It is not to satisfy your organs, your palate, and eat more. You shall never eat more. You must have a limited eating intake. Yukta ahara. And at the same time, he says you should not fast too much. There, Madhvacharya differs from Krishna, apparently. Madhvacharya says, Srimad Acharya says, if you are able to do upavasa for longer period, you can do that sadhana. You can do that upavasa. Because you are able. Earlier rishis, they never followed Krishna's dictum virtually. No, because they continued to do their upavasa for years, thousands of years. Therefore, yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnamabodhasya. You should not be awake for a long time. 24 hours you cannot awake. Keep yourself awake. You have to take rest. You have to relax. You have to rejuvenate your organs. You have to rejuvenate your body and strengthen your mind and do the sadhana. Yuktahara viharas. Yukta swapna avabodhasya. Yogo bhavati dukkha. So the meditation is possible for those people. If a person wants to do the sadhana, dhyana, he must be in ekanta, solitude. If he is in the midst of people, janata, he cannot concentrate. As it is, mind wavers and wavers forever, continuously. To stop that, you should go away from the people. Tasman ajanata meyat, and you should go on the banks of a river or on the top of hill, even in the devalaya, or if you're in your house, you should be concentrating in private place where there is no disturbance, sound disturbance, and any sort of disturbances. One should not keep phone, mobile with him. Attending every call would not allow you to do meditation. शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रुतं नातिनीचं चैलाजेन कुशोत्तरं योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकी यतचित्तात्मा निराशीरपरिग्रहः. ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತರಹ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಧ್ವ ವಿಜಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಮಾತು. ಅದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಧ್ಯಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತಿರುವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಯಾರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಿದ್ರೋ ಅವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಕಂಬ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನ ಶಾಟಿಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಆಚೆ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೂ ತನಗೆ ಕಾಣದಿದ್ದಂತೆ ಶಾಟಿಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿ, ಕೇವಲ ಶಾಟಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಕಣ್ಣು ತೆಗೆದರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ತಾನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧ್ಯಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಯತಯ ಪಟಿ ಕಷಾಯ ವೇಷಾಹ. ಇದು ಮಧ್ವ ವಿಜಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಪಂಡಿತಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So this gives you concentration. This avoids all sort of disturbances in your mind. Avoidance of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, vatsara. One should avoid all thought processes which are against my concentration or meditation, and do the dhyana or concentration with utmost devotion. Devotion is such a thing which allows you to concentrate on concentrate your mind on God. Because devotion is not except a pure love, purest love for God. Mahatmya Dhyana Purvastu Sudruda Sarvatodhikaha Sneho Bhakti Riti Proktaha Taya Muktir Nachanita. So, Sneha, love, is devotion. The purest love is devotion. If purest love is there and the object is God, naturally you are attracted only to God and you are not attracted by anything because you have devotion. Since you have devotion, you are attracted by God and you love continuously while meditating. So this bhakti allows you to do sadhana, to do dhyana continuously. And this attachment, this love, purest love, which gives you bliss, which gives you a sort of ecstasy in your mind. You are happy when you love God and you see God, you focus on Him. So the bhakti is also an instrument in keeping your mind focused on God. यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठते निस्पृहः सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा. Since the devotion is increased, when it increases, then the dhyana becomes easier. As devotion increases, dhyana becomes more easy, more and more easy. Then you will have a sort of continuity in dhyana, and dhyana becomes effortless. After years of practice, for years, if you continuously do the practice of dhyana, dhyana becomes easier and effortless. If dhyana is effortless, it is called as samadhi. Aprayatnat samadhischa. With effort, if you concentrate, it is dhyana. If it is effortless, then it should be called as samadhi. Aprayatnat samadhischa. And that samadhi, which is effortless, it gives you more happiness internal, that is in mind, not from the organs, sense organs, not from indriya. Mentally, internally, you are full of happiness, full of bliss. After the completion of samadhi, you want to fly because you are so happy internally. And this internal happiness is not comparable to any sort of happinesses which we derive from the external objects. So, samadhi is samyak adhiyate iti samadhi. Your mind is put in God and it is locked in God. It never comes out of God. For that much time, mind is fully concentrating on Him, fully focused on God, and it is locked. You cannot remove God, your mind from God, bring out of it. So it is called as samadhi. Shanto dhantah uparata stitikshu samahito bhutva atmannevatmanam pashe. Samahito bhutva, samadhi is such, and the samadhi is of two types. One samadhi, sampradnyata samadhi. When you are aware of your body, you are aware of your senses, you are aware of time, space, you are aware of the place where you are residing or doing sadhana, doing meditation, then it is called as sampradnyata samadhi. This sampradnyata samadhi is naturally it is again disturbed by the thought or awareness of the external things. Whereas asampradnyata samadhi, you are not aware of the external world. Not external world. You are not aware of your senses, organs, your body, your mind, anything of that sort. You are just involved in God. It is only His darshana which keeps you engaged. You are always having darshana of Lord. It may be for, it may last for 3 minutes, it may be for 10 minutes, it may be for 40 minutes or 2 hours, whatever it may be the time. But according to the yogyata, according to the preparedness of sadhaka, according to the sadhana completed, which he has completed, according to that, the duration is decided. But asampradnyata samadhi is just concentrating on him and the aprakrata Bhagavan, aprakrata Swarupa of Lord is seen, not the image of God. It is not the image of Lord which is seen in asampradnyata samadhi, but the God himself. God himself is aprakrata, and aprakrata Lord Bimbarupi Paramatma would be residing inside, and he shows what he is. Yamayavesha vranute tena labhya tasyesha atma vivrunute tanum swam. He manifests himself to us, to our mind, to our sakshi. We see him through our sakshi. Therefore, it is called as asampradnyata samadhi. Mind is inactive. Indriyas are inactive. Body is dead-like. And no external influences work on me. It is only the internal sakshi is able to see God and see God's aprakrata swarupa. Therefore, it is called as asampradnyata samadhi. When we see God, God is who is Anandamaya, who is full of Ananda. When we see Him, we are not seeing with our eyes. It is not the aparoksha dhyana at all. If you see with your external eyes, it is not aparoksha dhyana. It is not called as aparoksha dhyana, bimba aparoksha dhyana, which will enable you to attain moksha. For attaining moksha, it is not necessary. It is not the requisite. It is dushtai, nadushtai, prakritai, kochita. Dushtai indriya. These are not useful. It is only with the sakshi, it is only with the purest mind you can see God. Then that aparoksha dhyana will lead you to the moksha. So asampradnyata samadhi, you can see him through sakshi, you can touch him with sakshi, you can hear him talking with sakshi, you can you can talk to him in samadhi, asampradnyata samadhi, and so on. So you are in communion with God, directly communion with God. Lord Narayana is available to us in a sampradnyata samadhi, and that samadhi would give you infinite bliss according to your capacity, infinite bliss, and that bliss cannot be experienced by anything other than the aproksha dhyana or sampradnyata samadhi. That is why if our mind, if our soul is totally, absolutely filled with ananda, we are not mindful of anything external. Bheri tadanadavu api brahmananda magnatva. Madhvacharya says, Bheri tadana, if people do Bheri tadana, Ghantanada or Shankhavadya or something, just in the proximity of your place, you will not be aware of those things. You cannot hear it. It falls on your ears, but you can't hear it because you are so much involved, engrossed, absorbed in God's bliss. This is what the asampradnyata samadhi. If you are entered in the trance, if you are entered in this asampradnyata samadhi, you need not do anything. No duty at that time is necessary to be discharged. You need not do any duty. Sandhya Vandana or Devana Puja or anything for that matter. Even if Guru comes, usually when Guru comes, we should get up and make his Swagata, Namaskara and all that. But it is not necessary, it is not called for if person is entered in trance, that is asampradnyata samadhi. नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चित् अर्थव्यपाश्रयः. It is only ultimate bliss you are blessed with in asampradnyata samadhi by the darshana of Lord Narayana. So this is how the concentration, meditation and sampradnyata samadhi, ultimately asampradnyata samadhi. These 4 states, 4 levels of sadhana, which enable us to have darshana of Lord Narayana ultimately, which leads us to the moksha, lingabhanga, etc. So this is what Krishna has to say in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Naham karta, harih karta, tat puja karma chakilam, tathapi matkrita puja, tat prasadena nanyatha, tat bhaktis tat phalam mahyam, tat prasada punah, karmanyaso haravevam, vishnos triptikaras sada, yas sarvaguna sampurnaha, sarvadosha vivarjitaha, प्रियताम प्रीत एवालम विष्णुर्मे परमस्वत शुभान ध्यायन्ति ये कामान गुरुदेव प्रसादजान इतरान आत्मा पापोत्थान तेषां विद्या फलिष्यति. Tomorrow we will meet with another topic at 8 o'clock.
ಅಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರೇ. ಇವತ್ತು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮನನ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮನಮುಟ್ಟುವಂತೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಕಷ್ಟವಾದದ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರಿಗೆ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ.
tomorrow we will meet at 8.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ.
ಆಚಾರ್ಯವರೇ, ಹರೇ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಹರೇ
ಹರೇ
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ.
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಆಚಾರ್ಯ.